Buenos días a todos.
Good morning, everyone.
Welcome everyone. Vamos a dar paso a la ceremonia.
We are going to have the opening ceremony for the European BIM Summit 2017. I would like to thank you, all of you, for being here one more year. We have sold out. Once again, thank you very much to all the speakers who will be here during this a day and a half, a very intense day and a half. And we will start right now with the opening so that we can stick to the timing that we had programmed for today. I will give the floor to Jordi Gosalves, who is the president of the Association of Quality Surveyors, Technical Architects and Building Engineers of Barcelona, and one of the local partners of this event together with the Spanish BIM chapter.
Buenos días.
Good morning.
Perdonad el retraso.
I would like to apologize. We're a little bit late. It's 9:18 a.m. We have decided to start a little bit later because there was a lot of traffic in the streets surrounding the Construmat, so we decided to delay a little bit the opening ceremony for this reason. First of all, Honorable Mr. Josep Rull, Councillor of Territory and Sustainability of the Generalitat of Catalonia, Mr. Isaac Martín Barbero, President and CEO of INECO, representing the Public Works Ministry, distinguished directors, subdirectors from the Ministry and the Generalitat de Catalunya, as well as some companies that depend on the Catalan government, representatives of the Barcelona City Hall and other local institutions, also deans, presidents, representatives of different professional associations and institutions, distinguished representatives of universities and colleges, presidents and representatives of different institutions, associations, and chambers. And also, we want to say hello to all the students and professors who are following this BIM Summit from 29 universities following us on streaming. I'm very glad to welcome you to this third edition of the European BIM Summit that we are having today in this great Fira de Barcelona. As the president of the CAATEP and one of the main impulsors of this summit, I am very happy to welcome you in our city, in Barcelona, a city that is referent for architecture and also a referent in adapting to new trends. The BIM Summit was born as a debate forum in order to promote a more efficient, collaborative and respectful resource for private and public resources in favor of citizenry and society. The organizers, BIM Academy, Building Smart Spanish Chapter and the CAATEP sincerely think that reality is beyond our expectations, because this summit has become a reference in a very brief period of time for all those who want to be updated regarding BIM nationwide and also internationally. This is what the speakers and the attendees show, because they seem to be very satisfied with this summit. We are very committed to promote as a construction sector that is very renovated in our country. It seems it's recovering, and it seems currently it's focused on construction, but we also need to avoid the mistakes of the past, and we need to make sure that we can modernize and be at the same level of our neighbor countries. For this reason, we have the BIM, which is a great partner that fits greatly in this transparent and wide vision in order to manage projects throughout the entire life cycle, from the conception to the implementation, and finalization. For this reason, we depart from this local need, the need of change in the sector. From this summit, we want to bring an international view on this topic. This topic is interesting not only in Spain, but also in other countries, although modestly, we want to believe that we have contributed to boost the sector, together with other initiatives similar to the BIM Summit. From the very beginning, we considered it was very important to have the participation of all the stakeholders in the building sector. For this reason, we had the strategic committee that brings ideas to the table and validates the proposals from the organization, and we also have the honor committee that supports the innovative expectation of this summit. Together with these committees, and for this 2017 edition, we also have the academic group, which enriches even further this international perspective of the summer. In the first edition, we were very happy because we had full attendance. We sold out, and we had attendees from different countries, as well as speakers from different countries. In the second edition, however, we could not accommodate all the requests for attending the summit, and also we could not accommodate all the requests to present all the case studies. In this third edition, we have been able to enlarge the places available to attend this summit, and this has made us realize that this adventure is worth it. Every time we need to demand more quality for the speakers, for projects, and parallel activities that will enrich the attendees' experience here. The key element of the BIM Summit is its content. This is how it should be. And for this reason, we make a great effort to contact and select the speakers and projects that we think can bring an added value to the table for the attendees in the summit. This is an express format. The pace is very fast, and we also have networking spaces in order, and we must admit, that every edition of the BIM Summit will have exhausted attendees going back home, but looking forward to repeating the next year. In the first edition in 2015, when we were closing the summit, we presented a document. We think that it actually marked a turning point in the outreach of BIM. It was the Manifesto BIMCAT Barcelona. In that manifesto, the Catalan public administration showed explicitly their commitment to implement in an orderly and reasonable manner this work methodology. It actually had a very big repercussion in the sector. We also created a transversal commission in Catalonia, the commission Building the Future, Construyamos el Futuro, which is championed by the ITEC, and it has moved forward in terms of the actions to implement this committee in the sector. And we also like to think that this was a starting point to launch many initiatives all around Spain. We have also adopted the formula of having a guest country, and we look for the reason why in every country they have had the reason to digitalize the building sector. In this edition, actually, in former editions, we have invited Germany and the United Kingdom. This year, we have France as the guest country. Lastly, we also wanted to have quality. That's why we have been renewing speakers, project formats for this summit. This year, we have opened this format of parallel speakers in the afternoon, because we want to adapt to the modern trends of activities that we see. We also have marketplaces, or we have also prepared sessions for students to bring added value. In our country, we know which path we need to follow. Actually, in April, we were celebrating the Building Smart International Technical Summit in Barcelona, And in that summit, we saw that we have leadership capacity in some areas. However, our public administrations need to keep on promoting this sector so that the implementation can be final and definitive. From our institution, the CATEP, we have been working on this for many years. We have been working on supporting the BIM methodologies within our profession, the quality surveyor profession, because we think that brings quality. This year's speakers are varied, but I would like to mention our guest country, France. In the different talks we have about France that we have in our program, we will be able to see how the new trends are being implemented and what is the short-term future of BIM. We see what are the challenges, their learned lessons, and also their successes. Lastly, I would like to thank the different public administrations, associations, professional associations, councils, and different partners that have allowed to have this current edition. We also would like to thank the different authorities of the Honor Committee that is chaired by the King of Spain, also the City Hall, the Generalitat de Catalunya, the Barcelona Regional Government, the Barcelona Local Government. Thank you everyone for their collaboration and help in all the work towards putting together this event. Also thank you to our partners and colleagues, BIM Spanish Chapter and BIM Academy, that are represented here by Ignasi Pérez and Sergio Muñoz. We keep working with them on this adventure. We also want to thank all the members of the Strategic Committee for their contributions and dedication to create the best possible program, and also special thanks to INECO. We share our vision and we also receive their support, and we really need to acknowledge that. Thank you to our academic collaborators, because they have completed our expert group that support this event. Also, thank you to Roca as a main partner for their unconditional support from the very first beginning. Also, thank you to Bentley Systems and Construsoft as members of the Software Strategic Group, Italsan, Sika, RIP Spain, Alucoil, Fiat, Mossad, Celsa Group, Premat, Mapei, Structuralia, Sigurat, Global Institute of Technology, Safir, IASIDEC, as sponsors of this event. Thank you. Thank you to the BIMcommunity.cat, Revista NA, and Media Construct as media partners of this summit. Finally, I want to also announce to everyone that we have a novelty in this edition. We'll have the BIM Summit Awards in the closing ceremony tomorrow.
Response to the call and your assistance. Enjoy the summit and Barcelona Spring. Gracias a todos.
Damos la palabra a
We give the floor to Isaac Martín Barbero now, who is the president of INECO. INECO is the entity that leads the BIM national strategy. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It is a great honor to be here today and to be here representing the Public Works Ministry. This ministry is the Spanish responsible of adopting the BIM implementation in Spain. However, first of all, I would like to welcome the Generalitat Councillor, the President of the CATEP, and also the President of the Quality Surveyors Association of Catalonia. And I will also like to welcome all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, because I think that the fact that many institutions are here, many companies, actually reflects the philosophy that we need to adopt to develop the BIM technology. I will be very brief because later on I will be able to share a conversation with Alberto Cerdán. However, as a representative of the minister, I would like to extend his best wishes, but I will also like to share some messages with you. The first message is that we have walked quite a long way. We have moved forward. I actually shared these with some attendees. We have done a lot from 2016 to 2017, and we need to congratulate us for that. I will tell you why I think we have gone a long way. The conclusions of the summit in 2016 were basically three. The first, we valued on a positive light the different actions of public administrations to implement the BIM. We thought that the public administrations needed to lead also the BIM, and also we thought that it was the responsibility of public administrations to have a larger involvement in this process. The president of the CATEP was actually saying that when we met in April, in the summit that he referred, I actually thought it was in February, but he was right, it was in April. So basically we were talking that back then in April, we were working with BIM Academy, Building Smart, and we were wondering what could we do in order to contribute to the success of the European Summit in May, the actual summit we are here today. And the president of the CATEP told me, you need to make sure that we get there with the largest amount of documents approved from April to May. So we set a goal. On May 8th, we had the BIM Commission. That's a task we had at INECO. Also, the technical secretary, Jorge Torrico, is here today with us. He's doing a great job. And all together, we managed to approve 8 documents regarding terminology, benchmarking study, the survey results analysis, the situation of small and medium-sized companies, the situation of training, the role situation of the project, and also a communication plan. So I guess you agree with me that we have gone a long way and that we have answered or actually completed the conclusions of 2016. Therefore, I am hoping to come here next year feeling that we have also achieved all the commitments that we have in the current edition of the summit and the sector. This is something we all need to do, a merit from everyone, and that reflects the collaboration spirit, this spirit of being pragmatic and promoting structures, open software, and collaborative context that we need to assume in order to move forward. This BIM initiative is actually especially important in our country because this is an opportunity for Spain. And I'm very glad to say that here in Barcelona, which there's no doubt it's the BIM capital of Spain, and we have been able to overcome a false dichotomy between the brick economy and the technological economy. Spain has a world leadership regarding infrastructure and building, and therefore we need to commit to this. We are also obliged from our own very area, public administrations and private sector, we need to make sure that we need to incorporate to the economy of the future. BIM is an actually happy area in order to make sure we can combine the brick with a click. And BIM is an area where we can actually work together, large companies and small companies, and look further than in a short-term scenario. We cannot be short-sighted, and we also need to accommodate the importance of strategic collaborations and the importance of learning of the projects. For us, And I speak on behalf of the Public Works Ministry and also on behalf of INECO, of course. We need to work in internationalization and collaboration. In Spain, we are working with BIM. We are incorporating that to non-typical projects because we want to prove BIM is not just restricted to a very small area of the building sector. Probably the most emblematic project we've worked on is the HS2, the high-speed project in the United Kingdom. That is a very representative and illustrative example of the importance of internationalization in this area. As the president of the CATEP was saying just a moment ago, BIM is a necessary condition in the whole planning of the project. We need to work in the area of circular economy, and this is especially important in a country like ours, where infrastructures and building are very important and have been very important traditionally, and they also need to keep being so in the future. So we need to keep working on and making good use of this asset. What does the future bring in front of us? Well, we approved a survey, and in the survey that we made, we asked about the factors that affect the general implementation of BIM. Here we detected three things. We saw that we needed to have a larger demand of training. That's why we are working on a training map, and we see that the efforts are going on the right direction, but that's not the main ingredient. We actually had almost 3,000 people responding to this survey, so we have based on their answers. The second factor is cost. Many people who answered the survey actually stated that the software needed to be cheaper. The most important is the third component, commitment. Because the first three answers are that the government authorities need to establish a national strategy, so there needs to be a public commitment. We need to have more professionals using these, so we need to have the professional commitment, and we also need to have a larger commitment by the public. So some projects actually need to demand to use BIM. We will keep working on this direction. I hope later on we will see what the future brings us. But we have a very interesting program, very ambitious. We actually want to stick to the agenda we have in front of us. We need to move faster. Also, we were saying we cannot wait to have everything perfectly clear. We need to work departing from this spirit of collaboration, and we need to start introducing the need of BIM for some kind of projects. I also would like to mention that we had a demand from the ministry that we need to work on the instrumentalization of this idea so that at the beginning of next year or the end of this year, we can incorporate BIM to some projects that we are tendering from the public administration in Spain. I am very happy to be here again. I will be following all the speakers today. Thank you for inviting me to the organizers, and also I would like to extend my best wishes to the Honorable Councillor. Also, thank you to Catalonia for all the work they do with BIM and for being a driving force for the rest of Spain. And thank you also very much to the President of the Quality Surveyor Association for his commitment and hard work. Also, thank you to BIM Smart and BIM Academy, because thanks to them we have the opportunity of being a leader. Barcelona also needs to keep being the capital of BIM in Spain and also the capital of BIM in Southern Europe. Thank you very much.
Muchísimas gracias, Presidente.
Thank you very much, President. Now Mr. Josep Rull has the floor. He is the Councillor of Territory and Sustainability of the Generalitat de Catalunya. Good morning, everyone. Mr. Jordi Gonçalves, President of the Quantity Surveyors, Technical Architects and Building Engineers Association of Catalonia. Thank you also to Mr. Barbero, also to the General Secretary of the Sustainability Department of Catalonia, ladies and gentlemen.
In English, and then develop the speech in Catalan and in Spanish. Good morning, and thank you for inviting us to open this edition of the BIM Summit. It's important to the government of Catalonia that this meeting should take place here in Barcelona, in Catalonia, as the government of Catalonia were totally committed to the values and uses of BIM. We consider it an essential tool for our future. BIM is important for optimization of the building process. Build before building, an intelligent 3D model-based process that enables us to plan, design, construct and manage buildings and infrastructure more efficiently. BIM enables us to reduce time and costs. It gives us a holistic view of projects. It gives us a close control of the entire construction process and provides transparency. Estos últimos elementos
These last few elements are essential for us. They are key because we are public administrations. The BIM, has many elements, many values, many assets. It's a management mechanism for public works that is very efficient, very competitive, and very profitable from an economic point of view. It also allows to improve the overall quality of the construction process, but we also know that nowadays public administrations need to use BIM in order to be more efficient and in order to manage greatly the public project. BIM is a key element here. Actually, here in Catalonia, BIM is being used by the regional government, the Generalitat de Catalunya, and also some city halls. But we have also had some private initiatives that actually incorporated BIM before than that. Once you go with BIM, you never go back. There are large corporations that need to face the systematic construction of some equipment. For example, I'm talking about some commercial distribution centers. And so once they use the BIM technology, well, they never look back. They keep working with BIM because in terms of costs and efficiency, it is very good. Therefore, there are reasons to use BIM. We can also have some ideological reasons, but there's a key reason, which is an operative reason. As public administrations, we need to make sure that we grant importance to the project itself, but also, while implementing the works, we need to make sure that the variances from the initial project are minimal. We need to have the minimal deviation. Also, we need to be sustainable, and that is key for us. This same week here in Catalonia, we also host two summits. One summit is Construmat, and then we are also hosting this summit for BIM. However, in Barcelona, actually we're not in Barcelona right now, we're in L'Hospitalet de Llobregat, which is the second largest city in Barcelona. And here we also have another summit, Innovate for Climate. This summit is based on the fight against climate change. There we have a meeting point where the existing resources to fight climate change meet with the different stakeholders that can use these instruments. That's what we are talking about, actually. If we look at what BIM represents, we also have the sustainability dimension. So we talk about circular economy, we talk about innovation, we talk about sustainable development. We basically talk about projects that can incorporate some improvements of every kind regarding energy sustainability, for example, and energy efficiency. And that works better with BIM projects than with classical projects. All the elements meet together in the idea of modernization in favor of the people and in favor of having better countries, building better countries, and building a better planet. Here in Barcelona, we have the opportunity to talk extensively about BIM. We have great allies here. I would like to highlight the three organizers, the BIM Academy, Building Smart, but also, as the Catalan government representative, I would like to give value to the Quantity Surveyors, Technical Architects and Building Engineers Association of Catalonia, its president and its team. They are pioneers. They were talking about BIM when almost no one was talking about BIM here. This is why it is key to have organizations out from the public administration sector that have this innovative vision, that fight to achieve innovation, so that BIM is not just a minor element in the building sector, but a very important element. And I think we are actually achieving that. Mr. Gonçalves will correct me if I'm wrong, but here in Barcelona we have a new project, the new stadium of Football Club Barcelona, Camp Nou. Barca followers are not very happy this season, but we are optimistic for the future. The new stadium, the new Camp Nou, is an enlargement of the current stadium, and Spy Barça will use this technology. We will have the opportunity to talk about it. I think there's a very important pedagogy work to be done here, also with public agents and private agents. Other countries that have incorporated BIM by law in the implementation of public works have showed that they don't want to go back, even if they had the opportunity to do so. As the Catalan government, we are starting to tender new projects, and we are incorporating this BIM technology in these new tenders. Finally, I want to congratulate again this initiative. I want to give value to the fact that this is being celebrated in Barcelona. I want to highlight that this is not only a public administration initiative from the national government or the regional government or local government, but I want to make clear that the BIM Summit, the strength of this BIM Summit is that the promoters are part of the civil society. Finally, BIM is the best software for planning projects. It's the best instrument for follow-up and for the construction site. It's the best tool to monitorize costs and the project itself. And the people, the citizenry, understand these elements. That's why we want to work and keep using this. BIM allows us to have an energy efficiency analysis, which is key. And it's also related to the other summit celebrated in Barcelona that I referred to. It's also key to keep cost and spending under control, and it allows the work to be more efficient and sustainable. BIM is an excellent tool for the present and the future of the engineering sector and the construction sector. It can become the new universal language in this area. As the Catalan government, are strongly committed to progress, to future, and nowadays, sustainability, progress, future, the well-being is strictly linked to all these things that we will be talking about here for the next day and a half. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for your commitment.
On behalf of the government of Catalonia, we wish you a successful summit. Thank you very much.